I mean, I think the Major has a point.
Yeah, you don't want to cause everyone to starve because you ran out of supply.
Yeah, that I'm on his side. He didn't deliver it in the best way possible, but yeah, makes sense.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with episode 3 of Requiem for Vengeance. I've
Gundam.
completely guessed. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Technically, if we want to be all pedantic, when we get to like Gundam Wing, it's like Mobile Report Gundam Wing or some shit like that. It's like, no, we all know what I'm talking about. You're in episode 3. If you didn't click into episode 3, like, I wonder what this show's about, not knowing it was Gundam. Well, what the fuck do you watch? Like, I don't jump into episode 3 of anything without knowing what it is first.
It has happened to me. I actually ended up watching the entire last season of an anime without realizing it was the last season of the anime. Then I'm going to go back. It's like, yeah, but I already saw the ending. I don't care. I already know where it ends. You know, I saw basically the best part of it. So yeah.
That is a discussion I literally had during my last recording of Madoka Magica, which is somebody was like, can I use the gold tier to get you to watch one episode of the show, the last episode, so that you can compare it to Madoka Magica? I was like, I don't think I want to do that. That feels like I would refund your money or something, because that would ruin the whole show. Like, what if I ever want to watch that show now? I'd be like, I know how this ends. I don't want to do that. Also, it wouldn't even be good for the thing that you're thinking of. I would have no context of who anyone was, or, you know, why anything they're doing is important, other than the fact of who just like, other than the fact that who the camera stays on. It's like, oh, that must be the main character. Like if what happens if the last episode starts with a monologue given by the bad guy, but it's such a, say it's a good show, right? That the bad guy's perspective isn't automatically a horrible thing, right? And you just think the bad guy is the main character because he's giving a monologue, the camera's on him the whole time.
Yeah.
And then suddenly somebody attacks him. It's a hero, but you think he's the bad guy because you've been watching the bad guy give a monologue. It's like, no, this doesn't work out. This is a bad idea.
Thanks, but no thanks. Appreciate the sentiment. I reject the idea behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a non-starter. Amongst the various ideas that I like to try and entertain, I don't think there's any way to make that work. Unless maybe you started from like the bottom tier of anime list. Shows you definitely know you would never watch because it's like 0 out of 100.
Yeah.
In which case, it's no harm.
It has to be really bottom tier, because then you might go like, oh, what's the last? I'm like, how the hell did we got here?
Well, it can't be 0 then. It can't be 0 then, because that's the... See, I tried doing that at the, what was it, AnyList or whatever, because they have a listing, but there's also a bunch of unlisted stuff. So if you reverse the order of the list, you get the unlisted stuff, which means millions, not millions, probably thousands of unlisted anime that you then have to cycle your way through to get to like the bottom. And I'll tell you this, having tried that, just letting it auto scroll, it hits its own limit before it ever gets to like whatever the lowest. Yeah. And you can't do it the opposite way. You know, start at the highest and go back down. Same problem. You're never going to get to the bottom. So unless you know what the middle of the list is, where all the negative shit's at. I mean, if you already know, you already know. You don't need that. That's my problem. I don't know. I'm looking. Same problem I had when I was somebody proposed, hey, why don't you watch Chinese anime? Well, there's not a good listing for that. Also, Chinese anime doesn't release seasonally. It's kind of weird, random.
Yeah.
I'm already watching Link Click, which is Chinese anime. Dawa, something like that. And there's one that I've been wanting to watch. I even put it on a poll once and it lost, unfortunately. Maodu Zushi. But, yeah. But the listing for Chinese anime, it's pretty hard because it's basically random. It seems random.
Yeah. They're picking up the animation. They're investing more and more money on animation, but
some of it looks really good, and a lot of it looks really bad.
Well, I mean,
By
you
which
can
I
say about
mean
that.
like a Saturday morning cartoon CGI
Yeah.
that does not look good. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's some really amazing shit out there. Link Click looks amazing. Maoduzushi looked pretty good. I mean, no, I'm not saying it didn't look bad. It looks standard to
Mhm.
better, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There was a trailer that I was starting to watch, and I'm like, oh wait, I might want to watch this on some sort of Chinese anime review thing. So I stopped. I think it's like Super Cube or something, like top tier, like S tier animation
I
quality.
think I heard about that one, but you gotta check it out. Yeah.
I think it's this year. I'm trying to find Chinese anime from at least specifically 2025. By the way, probably got like some nerds out there ripping their dicks off right now. Chinese anime? Anime is from Japan only. What are you doing? You're probably one of those Avatar jackasses saying
Yeah.
Avatar's anime.
Which it is, but
I mean, I would argue it's not. Technically, ripping my dick off right now, lessons.
Oh, you do you, I guess. I'm not.
Well, once the dick is ripped off, I could, but sorry, just following through.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand anime is specifically meant to be Japanese animation, because
Yeah, yeah.
otherwise we would just call all this cartoons.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, just
essentially,
animation.
well, I mean, well, yeah, who says animation though? We're
I
not
do.
from we're not from 1960. Like, let's go watch some animations. What, you want to watch that horse thing again? Now let's do it.
Mhm.
How about the one of the train coming right at the camera? Ah, no, I've got nightmares. I'm just saying, nobody says animation. To the point that so few people say animation, they shortened it to anime.
True. And that was the French, though.
I'm just saying, that's the um, colloquial
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of it that we use. So I think that's why people say douhua, because that is the Chinese word for. Because I believe that is literally means like cartoon in not Japanese, in Chinese.
Mandarin, I think.
I literally would have no fucking idea. I do listen to them in Chinese. Well, Link Click I'm watching in Chinese because Roganite says watch this in Chinese and he is paying for it.
Yeah.
I think I've admitted it on the recordings I do for Link Click, but I watch it and react to it in Chinese, and then I rewatch it in English later. Well, it's that thing. I talk about this with the Japanese stuff that we do. It's harder to pick up on what the inclination of the voice is. So inflection. The inflection of the voice is in a language you don't understand, especially a language that doesn't order the words in the same sequence.
But, yeah.
Like, yeah, when you're reading a long sentence and the subtitle breaks it up into two different sections, typically they're saying the second section that you're reading first.
First.
Yeah, so it's like, okay. But when they dub it for English, obviously they know what they're saying, and they'll put the inflection on the words that they mean to inflect. So
Yeah, yeah.
I get the emotionality from it better when I'm listening to it in a language I understand. That's why I take
No,
my notes in English.
I even listen to. So sometimes I tapped out and listen to Japanese anime with just listening to a Japanese anime, and I kind of get the gist of what's happening. Not that I understand the language, more like somebody's excited or somebody's angry.
I know what you're talking about. I think it's just an element
Yeah.
of being genre savvy. Because
Yeah.
again, you can hear. Okay, maybe I'm talking like micro inflections, like when you're like putting emphasis on different words, that when you know the meanings of those words, that they then have a sub meaning, versus hearing
Very
two
specific
people.
meaning,
What you're describing is more like, and again, I do the same thing you're doing. Like I can phase out for a bit and still know what's going on.
Oh, dear God. I am looking forward to this episode. I don't know. I'm invested especially in her. We get very little of the character, but I'm still invested in the character. Like, okay, I want to see what happens if she lives or she dies, right? I mean, I like she has a cool design with the scar and
I don't know. I prefer the
lieutenants.
mobile infantry chick.
No, the lieutenants with all the tattoos.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of what division she said she was from, and I can't remember the name.
No. The septum ring. I don't know if Are those things clip on, or actually do they pierce the septum? I don't know.
Depends on what you got. I mean, I'm assuming you could buy a clip-on if you wanted.
You know?
Otherwise, yeah, piercing is a piercing. A clip-on is a clip-on. She does not seem like the kind of person that goes for a clip-on.
I mean, it would be more convenient and safer, but I guess she just is
Then
hardcore
what?
enough that
She's literally a soldier in a battlefield.
nobody she
foreign
falls
battlefield.
off or something like that, and let's just take it off, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, assumedly, if you're worried about safety, you wouldn't have gotten it done in the first place.
Fair enough.
But also, I think it's probably against regs to even have it on duty. So, God, what was that? It was not one of the Police Academy movies. I can't remember what it was. Literally, they're trying to intimidate the guys at the bar, and he's just like a nothing-looking guy. So he just like grabs the guy by his the rings and just rips him right out.
Yeah.
So what you fucking? I don't know. I can't remember. It might have been actually Breaking Bad. I can't remember what I fucking saw. I want to say it was probably Dean Norris, the guy who played that guy in Breaking Bad. I want to say it was a role that he was in, but now all I can think is Breaking Bad. And Starship
Gun?
Troopers.
No. Naked Gun. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't like a comedy move. I mean, it was kind of. I want to say it was funny, but I don't want to say it was in a comedy movie.
Yeah, I don't have the guts to do any of that. So
didn't fight in a bar. I don't know.
No septum ring to no.
I don't know if it's a guts thing.
I've been close to it, but not really.
I think you could probably get through that without feeling much. Like there's the bone right. Sorry, I don't know why I'm indicating, but I can see this. The bone is right there. There's like a amount of like fatty flesh right here beneath it. So unless your like nose is real tight to the bone, there's enough material there that you don't like. I'm pinching this, and I don't feel really that much other than pressure. So a piercing needle going through that, I think same thing as the ear. Really, it's just a fatty protrusion. Like I guess technically you could pierce your ass if you wanted to.
Yeah, yes. So,
well, just material without like nerve endings.
Star-studded ass. Oh my god, that's just wrong.
So let's go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, this is a look at the past.
Is it? Or is she a dream?
Yeah.
Because she's still wearing her military jacket.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I looked at you, yeah. So does she want to have a baby, or does she have a baby?
Pretty fat baby. Chubby hands. So either she's actually dead, or what I said is true, and this is a dream. Oh, your son was Damien, son of the devil. I understand now. $78EX. It's on the chest of the Gundam.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, another model.
You okay,
definitely.
Yes.
Well, it has to be. They didn't make it. Well, technically, they did make a second one. That's the one that we know.
What's left of it?
I was thrown for a second because the fact that they're using like civilian areas for their bases and whatnot.
Yeah.
The fact that it had that little slow down bump in the black and yellow, I thought it was crime scene tape. Like, they're being really proactive about this assault that happened. No, I'm just saying that if her son had grown up, he was the most Damien-looking motherfucker I've ever seen. Like, literally evil. And didn't help that it was like fire around him, too.
And that tentacle thing, that Cthulian thing in the middle.
I thought that was like roots or something. I don't know. Going back to Macross Delta on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, she was wearing literally exactly the same outfit. Like either they didn't have the money to give us more outfits,
put her in a civilian,
Yeah, or it was a dream.
Yeah.
That, or just implying that she's worn the same outfit no matter what.
Yeah.
Like girl in the septum ring.
But she could have a son.
Yeah,
Was
sure.
about what, 11?
Yeah, maybe the dream was fear of what happened. Like, we're losing the fucking war. What's going to happen to my kid?
Yeah.
Not that it would stop somebody like Talia from Gundam Seed.
Should we proceed?
I mean, it really feels like
Get out,
Battlefield
search
Los
for
Angeles.
survivors.
So an international
International
airport.
Your base?
Yeah.
Yes, this was the
Bus.
Romanian Mixed Mobile Brigade HQ.
I can't believe.
A Gaul went down. Who would have thought?
Take cover!
Weird that she risked her life to protect the medic.
We'll draw their fire! See if you can flank them!
With me, Lieutenant.
How much you want to bet these are actually Xeon forces?
Could be. They panicked.
Cease fire! Hold your fire!
Get away!
We're Xeon!
Yeah, see?
Leon,
We're Xeon, we're on the same
I'm 2 for
side.
2 this episode.
what's the situation?
She's Xeon, Cap. Are you okay? I'm a doctor.
I'm Captain Aria Solari, 7th Battalion, 1st Company. What's going on here? It attacked us.
Don't move. I'll patch you up.
What happened
And
here?
she's still responding
Jack,
well.
you need to...
Eyes are dilating to light properly.
Suit. A white demon.
We know, we've seen it.
Federation's new mobile suit. This could turn the tide of the war.
New
She needs
new
serious
mobile
attention
suit
right
though,
away.
because this
We need
literally
to get her to a
cannot be
medical
Amuro.
facility.
Any medical room here is probably a pile of rubble.
Then how about a hospital?
Also,
anything that we can just find.
Feds are
the
gonna
marking
be
on his
swarming this
chest are
position
wrong,
in no
as we
time.
just pointed
We
out.
need to get moving now.
Yes, but don't mean to interrupt, Captain. Eden here might have something.
Go ahead.
There's a recycling facility, not too far from here. We've dropped scrap Mazellas there before. It would be a low priority target, so they might
Mazellas?
still be there.
The tanks.
Maybe they can help?
That's not
Yeah,
a bad
but
idea.
it's Magellas. It must
Arhan,
like
have
Magellan.
anyone
I don't
The,
available, sir?
the
Why
text on the
is it
screen said
Move
Magellas.
out in 20.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
now.
But he said Macellas.
I don't give a shit. I told you I pay attention to what's on the bottom of the screen. I also don't speak the language.
It's English. We're
Shit.
watching this in English.
Am I?
What the hell?
I am. I don't speak the language.
Okay.
You understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Beautiful countryside.
Can't wait for this all to happen in the nation of Jean.
Yeah.
Nation of
Yeah, I
Jean's
got the
well known
reference.
for its Mazellas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, also, if the pilot of that Gundam is a new type,
Maybe.
it would both explain why it's not killing her and tracking them down.
Probably.
Because remember the new types connection thing.
Yeah.
Just hope a Zek Nova doesn't happen.
Halt! Take your hands off the wheel! Hands where we
You
can
think the
see.
tattoo on her
Stop
face would,
the
like...
engine! Guess they're home after all. Show us your ID! Whoa, easy. I'm getting it now.
You're going to be okay. Just keep the pressure on. First MS Company.
Yes.
Well,
sir.
you're gonna be a
I'm
dick, I
Captain
can tell
Aria Solari,
already.
Red Wolf
Yeah.
Squadron, 1st MS Company, 7th Battalion.
I see. I'm Major Rolf Ronnet. Are all of these soldiers attached to 7th Battalion?
No, sir. They are survivors of Mobile Brigade HQ and the raid on Cluj-Napoca.
Apologies, Captain. I've too many mouths to feed here as it is. You may leave the wounded. The rest will have to move on.
Move on to where,
That's
sir?
technically a dick move. I mean, I understand.
No.
We've already taken on more bodies than this post can handle.
Although
This
the
is
Isos
a
have this thick
recycling
French
centre.
accent of assholeness.
Not a troop barracks, a hospital, or a morgue. Unless otherwise instructed by command, your unit and those who can move will have to find refuge elsewhere. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Tone of voice is assholey, but
What an asshole.
See?
he's dealing with the situation.
She agrees.
Yes, Captain.
Nothing we can do.
I mean, to be fair, it also kind of explains the roaming packs of non-deserting Xeon.
Is Red Wolf Squadron doing here?
Captain Zydos?
We're not so formal in these parts area.
It's good
So
to
yeah,
see
when I looked at that guy, I did not see Captain.
it's his.
I thought he was going to be the Junkyard guy.
Sorry to hear about Dalton. How's your little boy holding up?
He's good, Alfie. I think about him every moment of the day, but he's good. Safe with family until I get home.
I'm going to be fair.
Good to
She
hear.
was imagining what seemed like a side being attacked.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to side 3.
Mr.
As far as we know.
Oh, Gearhead! What's up?
Where's the rest of the pack?
Chubbs and Kale didn't make it.
Damn.
It was a Federation mobile suit. It's fast, Alfie. Moved unlike anything I've ever seen.
The Gundam. I've been hearing stories.
But it can't be the Gundam.
Gundam.
Damn thing.
I mean, it's not the Gundam. I'm saying capital THE.
I can't believe it.
Federation bastard.
I'm sorry, Area. Chubbs and Kale, I'm gonna miss him. Like I miss your husband.
Thank you, me too.
Find cover!
I can't believe he left me for you.
EFF air patrols are getting more frequent. It's only a matter of time until they find us out. Anyway,
I'm sorry, what?
it's good to see
You've got Zaku's being repaired in the front yard. How are they not spotting you?
Let's find you all
Getting
something
down
Wait, they think-
isn't going to hide the
Maybe find us all a
Zaku's.
stiff drink.
Yeah, but they don't see any mobile, any
Also,
activity.
you've
They
got,
think it's
you've got
wrecked.
so many bodies that you're hiding here. You can't take in more people.
Major informed
Did they
us
all
you can't
get
take
down
anyone
at the
else
right
in,
time?
including the wounded.
That's bullshit. We're all Xeon, ain't we? Fighting the same war.
Oh, I'm from side 6, sir.
Y'all out. I'll have a talk with the Major. Come on.
I mean, I think the Major has a point.
Beam rifle can even work.
Yeah, you don't want to cause everyone to starve because you ran out of supply.
Power source must
Yeah, that I'm on his side. He didn't deliver it in the best way possible, but yeah,
Sorry, Lieutenant.
makes sense.
Careful, Lieutenant. Mr. LaShawn here, he takes dinner very seriously.
How'd it go?
Oh, there was some yelling.
You or him?
Both. Now listen, Major's not all bad. He's just trying to look out for his command.
Oh, noble of him.
Noble or not.
Ah, the classic "we were here
take
first"
y'all
move.
in.
Thank you, Alfie.
He's just trying to survive this mess like the rest of us.
I don't even know what the hell we're doing down here anymore.
Us? We're just soldiers doing our duty. Command, they will tell us what we gotta do. But to the feds, we're invaders. Don't forget, the Principality of Xeon. We came to take Earth away from them. They're gonna do whatever they can to stop us.
Gearhead sounds like an Earth sympathizer.
Not on your life.
That's
It's
fucking
been
stupid.
ages since I joined the military and seen what
Understanding the motivation of your enemy shouldn't automatically make you an enemy.
The hell they want to whoever they want. You oppress people long enough, they're gonna fight back. So now we're here. We're fighting for our
Weird.
independence.
No, never mind.
Ain't that
I think
right?
zoom in, he looked a lot less familiar. I would say he looked familiar for some reason.
What was that, Alfie?
Oddly, in like an
Said
Igloo
we're fighting
2
for
sort of way.
independence. For survival.
Yeah. That's right. Alfie, what exactly are your teams doing here?
Any mobile suit tank, or vehicle that's trash, we strip the usable parts and we recycle the rest. Just one way to make up for our thinning supply lines.
You must have enough parts here to build a zaku or two, right?
Well,
Exactly
just
2,
talking
right?
About the parts. Once in a while, we strike gold, but mostly it's a pile of junk.
Guess
Oh,
we're
here it
lucky.
comes.
Alfie, any of your people hear that evac rumor?
That evac rumor. Pretty close.
You all right, Cap?
Hear ya?
Cap.
Yeah, it's coming.
LaShawn, what's going on with Iria?
It's been a hard few days.
She legit
Alfie.
has not talked to anybody
She
about
just
it.
lost all
So,
her too. Must be rough on her.
Dalton?
Cap's husband. He died in an airstrike a few months ago. Great guy. Hell of a musician.
I had no idea.
Shh. Here she comes.
wish I could remember that anime about the two musicians that get together. I was gonna crack about it.
Whoa, what? Mediash? How do you know that?
I heard the explosions and its beam saber.
Mediash is 20 clicks away. Iria, you should rest up for the day. These past few days you have.
It's out there right now, and I'm sure.
I guess Caecilia's new Thai core is like
So
a
you're right.
secret.
What do we do?
Anything
she hasn't
we
been
can. We're
tested.
vulnerable right now.
No, I'm just saying in general because they don't
Yeah.
reacting like it's even possible.
Exactly why the Major wants us to stay hidden.
Well, that's not good enough. I don't want to lose anyone else. Listen, I have an idea.
Okay, what do you got?
You have everything you need to put a zaku back together. Parts and mechanics.
You want us to start putting this junk back together?
Exactly. You give me 2 mobile suits and I'll give you 2 pilots to defend this base.
Yeah.
You're the only one who.
How many episodes is supposed to be? 6? I don't think they're gonna die here, though.
I mean, I don't think, obviously not here, unless the next
Yeah.
2 episodes are backstory. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be successful.
Yeah.
We've lost, I mean, at least 10.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe more.
Well, I mean, if what you were saying was right about 8 at the beginning, then that explains all of those. I don't know how many we've seen between here and there, but we saw the 2
Two
goofs at least.
goofs, yeah. So it's, yeah, about 10.
So there's no reason to think that 2 scrap Gundams are going to be able to. Not Gundams, sorry,
Plus
scrap
the-
Zaku's are going
plus
to
the-
take it together.
Plus a 2 gun tank as well. The 2 Saku tanks.
That don't fucking matter.
And this ain't no assembly factory.
There's a new Federation mobile suit out there attacking our forces as we speak. It's got orders to keep fighting until every one of us is wiped out. It's got armor we can't scratch. It's got beam weapons that cut right through our zaku, and it's faster than any mobile suit out there right now. I've seen it with my own eyes.
So I want you guys to put a junk
I want you to
Zaku
take this to
that will
heart.
defeat it.
When you face the Gundam, you're gonna wish you had a zaku in front of you. I can promise you that.
We're worth way more than just scrounging junks. Let's prove it to command. As an added bonus, it may just save our asses.
10
It's
people
an added
deserted
bonus.
that day.
Yeah. Why don't we go into the 18 montage, right?
I was just thinking how much this kind of feels like cutscenes from like the newest Final Fantasy game. I mean, especially with the people cheering in the background. It's like, yeah, that feels Final Fantasy.
I like the remix of the song. Well, they even had to paint it, yeah.
Well, red to make it faster, or to make the Gundam
Yeah.
believe it's Char. Who technically, I don't know where he is right now.
I think he's gonna be in Texas soon.
No.
He's in space, definitely.
Remember on the 6th? On the 6th, we
Yeah,
just
but-
got done with the Black Tri-Stars. So the
Yeah.
Gundam hasn't even gone to Jaburo yet. For at least to even let them get to Texas to fight Char.
Yeah.
So we're a ways away.
Like now, I guess.
Yeah.
Captain Solari, the Major has requested to speak with you.
Oh?
I'll be right there. You stay here and keep the work going, Lieutenant.
Yes, ma'am.
Captain Solari to see you, sir.
Come in, Captain.
I haven't had the opportunity to thank you for housing us, sir. Thank you.
Well, from what I hear, you've been busy. Captain, you've been here less than 2 days, and you've had the nerve to command the mechanics without my consent.
I wasn't trying to subvert your authority. I just want to protect this base.
It's weird that she had a vision that the Gundam was going to attack, and it didn't immediately attack like it has every other
It's only
time.
a matter of time until the EFF come knocking. I believe we need a defensive force.
We defend ourselves by laying low, not by building.
I'm sorry, did you
mobile
fuse all of your
suits.
teeth together? What the hell is going on in your mouth?
While you're at it.
Sir, I've seen the Gundam in action. It's an execution.
God, I can't not notice their
It
teeth
kills
now.
Everything in its path.
Yeah.
The Zaku will at least give us a fighting chance.
You mean a chance for vengeance? I don't want.
Some sort of
want to risk this
requiem
base.
for
It
vengeance.
isn't vengeance.
Yeah.
My only wish is to make it back alive to see my little boy again. I will do everything that I can so he doesn't lose his mother like he lost his father.
Then you should have put this up with me, not Captain Zydos. You are to cease this activity and leave my base immediately. Dismissed.
You have no idea what's coming, sir. If the Gundam finds us here...
Then don't let it! My duty is to protect this base. I can't take on any unnecessary risk. If you're not gonna do it, I'll shut this down myself!
Oh, it's weird. It's like the Major fell on his gun repeatedly.
This with my own eyes. You guys did spectacular work here. Not only did we manage to pull off the impossible, we probably even set a new record on how quickly you can assemble a zaku. I always told the Major, look how many parts we have here that might still be working. Now we proved it. Leaving the unfinished cannon aside, you just turned junk into 2 fighting zaku.
Stop! Stop the operation!
But
It seems like it's already too late for that.
Ridiculous pieces of scrap, or camouflage them immediately.
The second one.
Major, they're complete and ready to go.
It's okay, Alfie.
It's not okay.
Be glad she's only being asked to leave. Captain Zydos, when you and your men decided to ignore my orders for her ridiculous stunt,
I decided to explode slightly. They said they were so fucking obvious, I don't understand how you would think the planes didn't spot you.
Alfie, are they battle ready?
Damn straight they are.
Permission to board our ridiculous stunt, sir?
just go! Captain!
Fire them up!
He's like, okay, I'm under attack. It failed. Go ahead.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Yeah. He had a point until the point was moot.
Zaku 2, we're moving.
Dramatic zoom in. I hope everybody got out of the way because these guys are leaving.
Again, though, if the Gundam is here, this would be a short-lived celebration.
Again? No.
Yeah, so we're fucked.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering which side they were on.
Yeah.
Oh, and a
Oh.
general model, too. The one you can defeat.
Yeah, but the one that can also defeat you.
No, the other one's going to be Lasan. Lasan fights the general model, and then the only one that apparently has new type powers is going to fight the Gundam, which I have to think is also piloted by a new type, because otherwise I don't know what the fixation would be. But then maybe won't try to kill her for some sort of new type togetherness thing, which doesn't really feel like it exists. Although I might just be thinking of that because of G-Quux, where that one Federation new type held a grudge for 5 years. Again, can't be Amuro. So...
Oh, yeah.
But the fact is they call it the Gundam, as though it's the only one. But then again, you know, the weirdness, again... I'm going to keep saying again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Easy 8s come from. Never explained. And again, if somebody says some bullshit like it's explained in a manga or some shit, this isn't a manga. If you don't explain it here, this is your primary source of getting information out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you did that in a fucking Hollywood movie? You're watching Jurassic Park, and then near the end of the movie, someone just shows up with a gun and pretends like they've been there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then everyone just reacts like, "Oh, that's where you went, Johnson. Thank God you're here." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or not even that. Just like, "Johnson, get over here." Like, who the fuck is Johnson? Did you unlock those things like I asked you to? When did you ask him to do that?
Yeah, these anti-material rifles right here. It's like, what?
And just saying, explain it. I understand that it's a tight-knit story. Like, I'm going back to 8th MS Team on this one. It's a tight-knit story. You don't want to waste time doing that. But, you didn't have a 12th episode that didn't have to be there.
Yeah.
Do a prequel episode. A prequel episode where you get the engineers standing around looking at the Easy 8s and, like, all proud of their work or something. And, hell, make them be produced on side 2. We were producing the prototypes for the Easy 8s and... Oh, God, did you hear what happened to Island Iffish?
Get up with it. We gotta go.
Yeah. Something. You can tie it all in. Like, we're making the story. We can do whatever we want with this. So long as, Bandai signs off.
Yeah.
Or Sunrise.
Bandai. Both?
Well, it depends. 1995, 1996, I don't think they had merged yet.
Well, true. But...
Or bought
Sunrise
out,
makes the shows.
Sunrise is under Bandai, so...
Bandai, it's the one that makes the toys, so, yeah.
I'm just saying, the element that we keep introducing, these Gundams, where, is the Gundam gonna win the war? Is Amuro, like, that important and everything? It's like, well, actually... Well, one, I already made that argument, no. Because they're using him as a decoy. Of course they're using him as a decoy. We've got all these other ones, and none of these are probably piloted by a child. So, that's the one we can throw away. I assume at some point we're going to, like, see a fleet of white bases. Like, oh, yeah, white base wasn't important. It was just one of many.
It was supposed to be one of many, but...
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that all these other Gundams are showing up now.
Yeah.
I assume every other Gundam show in the 1 Year War is also going to have its own Gundam. So it's like... Was the RX-70 8-2 even important?
I mean, it's a Dash 2. It implies that there was a Dash 1, although it could have been an experimental model that never saw production.
Very confused. We know about the Dash 1 already.
Yeah.
It's not an implies thing. In fact, even in G-Quux, we saw it get destroyed by the Dash 2. I'm just saying that we already know about the Dash 1, so... It's not an implies thing. We don't need an implication of a thing that we know about.
Yeah, but we never see it in the original Gundam. That's the thing.
Ironically, this is one of those where I say I think it was in a manga. But the element here, though, is the fact that we saw it in G-Quux, and we saw it in the episode that explains the timeline change. So I think it's kind of like the element where I said before, ooh, should I add G-Quux to the Mega Gundam board? Like, as an AU, so it'll be relevant or not, but I didn't ultimately because, one, the main Gundam board is already taking so long to load that it's just going to get longer.
We finally got some more details on her. She's a mom. Her husband also a soldier and a musician, and he died. So she wants to get back home to get back to her remaining family. Right?
Well, she's worried that they're going to lose the war and that it's going to kill her son.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know. The element of that the destruction of the side happened as a baby, which would have been...
No. It started when he was a baby, but then she goes in and he's like 7 or 8, and he's like, "Mommy,"
I enjoy that you're trying to dream-splain to me. I'm saying the destruction of the side happened when he was a baby, and then you explain to me how the destruction of the side happened to him when he was a baby.
That's when it starts, but it doesn't end.
The next scene is not the destruction of the side. It's a completely different scene. Her dream is that the destruction of the side happens, the baby stroller carriage thing gets pulled into the rips of the destroyed side and into the fire. That is the death of the baby and the destruction of the side. The next scene is some sort of Dragon Age other side nightmare scene that's completely unrelated and is when her son is the current age. Look, here's the thing, Lessons. Don't tell me no, it's supposed to be. It's a fucking dream. It's anything.
I know, but it's the pieces of the side. And
my argument here is don't tell me no. Say, my interpretation is this, because you don't know. You know as much as I do, which is to say, nothing. We're making this shit up.
And we're watching it, though.
Yeah, but it's interpretation, because it's a fucking dream sequence. You can't tell me definitively no, unless I have here the notes from the author of this episode that says, this is what this is supposed to mean. Again, I'm probably as guilty of doing this to you as you are to me. I'm just pointing out that this is an interpretive scene. This isn't a no, you're wrong scene. I'm not saying some useless shit like, actually, the baby represents her ego, and it's actually fighting to get the watch back the same way she was in episode 1, and thus, when it gets fallen into the fire, that's her losing her team. It's like, no, I'm not going some nonsense interpretational shit. I'm just saying, this is what happened. This is what I saw.
But okay, the fact that she fears that the side will be destroyed is because other sides had been destroyed. In fact, ironically enough, well, not ironically, just that's the way it happened, by Zeon, of all people. So she's expecting that what they did to others is going to happen to them, right?
I got that, but my point was that it was happening while her baby was still a baby in her dream sequence versus being the age that we know he is because we see a picture of him later. He's already grown up. So retroactively, she is thinking that this happened years ago before the war even started. Again, this is the idea of putting things in the context of time. If she imagined this happened when she was a baby, she's imagining a first strike situation from the EFF. Because otherwise, we know he's looks to be what, 12? 11?
11, 12.
Yeah, that's way before anything we've ever seen before. So that element is what I'm thinking about when I'm talking about that scene. Because, it's that same conversation we have with Michelle? What's his name? Micah? I'm going to call him Michael. Michael from 8th MS
Micah.
Yeah, the idea that when was that baby incepted?
Yeah.
The 9-month period before the earliest possible date he could have been with BB versus now, over a year later. So,
actually, it wasn't not even a year because it was December. So the battle at the NMMS happened in November, and then a month and a half later, they were looking for Yamada. So Amada, Shin. So Shiro. I don't know why I'm saying Shin, confusing it with Seed Destiny with Shiro. So yeah, it wasn't a year later. Still was 79.
No, and it was after. It was in the 80 at the very least. At the very earliest, it was after.
No,
80.
it was December 0079. Still the same year.
No, he got dismissed from the military because of the treaty. The treaty happens on January 1st, so it couldn't be December.
It said December. Christmas, December 79. That's what it said.
Also, 8th MS team. God damn it, I just had it here. 8th MS team. Episode 11. Sorry, do I have a listing for episode 12? No, because my thing. All right, you are right. It's December 25th. I have it separated by specific dates, so it's really hard when episode 10 and 11 both happen on the same day, and it's like, well, there's no other listing here. Well, that doesn't make any sense. No, I mean, internally, it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense because I'm arguing with you right now. I'm saying it doesn't make sense to me because he got let go of the military, assuming that it's over. But December 25th is the day after Solomon. Why would he get let go in episode 12?
I think they just dissolved the team, and that's it.
Yeah, actually, he got removed. Remember, he says retired because he gets removed from military service.
But he also says that the other guys...
Karen also left to be a doctor. Like, he's giving an epilogue that's only 2 weeks after the last time we saw him. Karen went off to be a doctor. This isn't the end of Stand By Me. This is literally 2 weeks ago. It's not a month later. Like, oh yeah, she went to medical school to become a doctor. Blah, 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 blah. No. Yeah. No, she's been 2 weeks. I think she's still getting home. Like, what was his name? Yeah, Harry is the only one that we know is still in the middle. That's what I'm saying. It has the feeling of being a lot later. The war is still going. We're getting ready to attack Abaquo. Like, that's why I'm saying it doesn't make any goddamn sense to say it's still in December. But according to my own note here, it's December 25th, like you're saying, in December. But that's fucking ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. Because the way he makes it sounds like, we've signed the treaty, the war is over for now. We've let we don't need to maintain a massive military force at the moment. Everyone that's been suffering through this war, we can let some of them go back home.
Demobilized.
I've been let go. So that reads to me like at least January 1st onwards. But you're saying, on the verge of our most massive military campaign that we have ever pushed. Not since Loom have we gotten so many people together to fight. Let's let a bunch of people go. In fact, the people we've seen fight the hardest on Earth.
Yeah.
Because again, you have to believe we have main character syndrome, which is to say the camera follows the important people. So these are the important people. Like, I'm not saying that Michael there is like one of the most important people, but he did like he was in the team.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I know this isn't an 8th MS team anymore. Like, this isn't the place to talk about it, but what the fuck?
Here you have it.
Well, no, that was talking about 8th MS team. We still have to talk about this fucking episode.
I mean, the only character development we get, and that she knows this captain who knows his backstory. Husband. Yeah, her husband and her, and say they're both musicians.
And Lasan, and knew the whole team, actually.
Yeah, so probably he was like their maintenance. Yeah, he was assigned to them, to the battalion.
Well, no, because he's the same rank as her.
I mean, no, he could have been assigned to the battalion on the maintenance side of things.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he was anywhere around Stein's battalion.
Where does he know everybody?
Because it seems like, one, they're famous. That's step one.
Yeah, but the way they know each other seems to be very personal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's outside the military. I'm saying he probably knows her outside the military. Well, I'm saying you said how does he know everyone? I'm talking about everyone else on the team. Because it seemed like he knew Kale and Chubbs and everyone. I'm saying that's maybe because they're famous. I don't know that he personally knew Lisan at all.
Oh, they would greet each other like they were friends. Like, hey, old man.
No, he was greeting him like he was next to his friend. You ever like introduced your friend to another friend that doesn't know anybody else in the friend group, and you're just acting more friendly because it's like, you're a friend of my friend? Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounded like they knew each other.
You say. I'm saying it didn't sound that way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that you can't... All right. Now I'm just saying there's an element there that there's like sometimes a wall between us when it comes to agreement on things, and I don't feel like we ever try to really find middle ground because there is no middle ground. It's a yes or situation.
I think when we watch again for the notes, we'll figure it out who's right.
Sorry, it's.
And I'm betting on me. So.
Yeah, I know. And I'm betting on not you. Doesn't have to be me. Just has to not be you. Look, how many times do I come back with "You're not right, neither am I," and I'm just as happy. It's the that Star Trek episode. I didn't play to win. I just played not to lose.
Yeah, I don't think this is
with the fun anymore. Star Trek game of.
Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Where were we?
Probably arguing.
Yes. Anything else to add?
I mean, I guess it's just that come back for the notes thing.
Yep.
But thankfully, as is usually the case, the week separated will make us forget entirely about the things that we needed to prove to one another. Well, maybe you. I'll typically get reminded by the edit, but I just will stop giving a shit once we're done with the recording. I don't harp on, I know, even though it seems like I'll like message you hey, by the way, you're wrong, here's why. It's not because I am harping on it, it's because I'm literally editing the video right now and listening to us argue.
And
future me doesn't give as much of a shit, but when it's like right in front of him. I've messaged you quite a few times where I said, hey, this is actually what it is, and you're the one that's in the right. I don't say you're in the right, but I give you the information.
You have it.
All right. Well, that said, that's it for this episode. So, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?